Welcome back, y'all, to the Countryside Lands on Deep South Gaming. As you can see, we just planted that field with sunflowers and checked our time-saving stock check, and wheat is actually higher than normal. Now we could risk it and wait till tomorrow to see if we get a little bit better price. So I don't know if we should, but we will. Why not? So let's go ahead and go and sleep till January. Our corn should also be higher in this month too, so let's see what our stock check is saying. Yep, so we lost money on the wheat and the corn, but it'll be alright. And it's raining. Good thing we ain't got a harvest today. So let's go ahead and jump in our tipper. Connect it. Let's go ahead and sell some grains. We're currently at $119 or $119,000. So hopefully we get close to 200,000 after selling all this. And then we could buy us another field. We'll start with the wheat. And let's check our, okay, so we're out of grass and well grass, so let's go ahead and start making some TMR. And we'll check on our animals while we're here. They could use a little more grass. And our cows are very low on food, so after we sell everything, we'll come back and feed our animals. Because we want them to be happy so they can make us money. One thing I like about this is the grain mill's not too far away. It's a little tight getting in and out of it, but nothing we can't handle. So this is episode 9, and we are still in year 1. This is January, so we've gone August, September, October, November, December, and January. So not too much, but we have gotten a lot accomplished, so I can't complain. Get over here. And why didn't I get the trigger? Because I'm crashing. Okay, dump the wheat. Should get about 30,000 for this, I think. Not as good as I was hoping, but hey. Now we'll go get us some corn. I think we should have enough to buy the field I want to buy. Or I might look at a different one now that I'm thinking about it. Let's go back here to our time saver stock check. And the corn is going to be going to the lake store. Oops. So I know we've sold there before, but I can't exactly remember where it was. I think it's way up on the top corner of the map. we'll have to make 2 trips. So let's go ahead and go in here and tag the lake store. And I guess we need to look see how to get there. Okay, yeah, so it's way up here. It actually ain't too bad of a drive. Yeah, so I decided to go ahead and go with soy on that field just because we need a cash crop, honestly. I mean, we're not even close to... Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's see if he could handle this. Great job. Deliver to the lake store. Looping. Is he gonna do it? He is. Okay, now let's look at the map. And after we save. Now all we've acquired so far is these right here. Well, we started with these 2 and this one. So we've only acquired 84 and 71 so far. 102 would be nice, but it's 169,000. 83 would be nice also. It's 150,000, but it has red beets in it, and I don't feel like harvesting those. This one's actually ready to harvest, so we can actually harvest that and plant. I don't remember what growth state that is. We'll have to check that after we get done selling our stuff. But yeah, I think 102 will probably be our next one. And after we harvest the sunflowers off this field, we might plow these 2 fields together to make one bigger grass field. And we might actually plow this together to make that a bigger grass field, because we're going to be using a lot of hay and silage on our animals. So I think we should try to expand down this way first, then hit the outside. So 10, 9, 7, well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10 are ones we have to get. 80, 119, 118, 117, 107, 110, 109, 106, 105, 108, and 104 on the peripheries, and then all these right here. And I think that would be domination on this map. I don't want to try to buy everything, because that's a lot, honestly. But I think these will be good. Alright, we'll go ahead and follow you since you made it here almost all the way. And we'll go ahead and sell our first load of corn together. And go up the hill a little and brakes suck on this thing. Okay, so we will have enough to buy that soybean field. And then some. That was nice. 49,000. Which I can't complain. I think we got, what, 17,000 meters left to sell? So let's go ahead and buy that field so they don't harvest it on us while we are delivering stuff. Now we're back down to 21,000. I know eventually we are going to have to upgrade our combine if we start. That's the edge of the map. Let's turn around. We have to upgrade our combine, our mowers. I want to get one that will windrow. And I don't think we really need to upgrade our trailer. I think this is a good size for what we have. Because honestly, our fields aren't too massive. I mean, corn does give you a pretty high yield. So corn and wheat on that one field would probably be 2 load delivery, but I think everything else we'll be able to manage. I wish the base game root crop equipment was better than it was, because you can actually make a good profit off red beets. I mean, they don't really sell for much, but you get a very high yield, just like you do with sugar beets and parsnips and carrots. But the harvester on the base game are so slow. The only one that's really worth it is the Colossus root harvester, but that doesn't really go with this map. Plus it's a little cheaty. Alright, we got 9,000 liters left. So this should put us up to about 30 grand. I'm hoping. After we deliver this, I'll go ahead and feed the animals and probably fast forward through some time until you let the rain stop, and then we'll harvest the soybeans together. So I'll see you at that time. Hi, and welcome back. Our animals are all fed. We are out of hay in our fermenter. Sheep have about 57,000 liters of grass, and cows have about 180,000 liters of TMR. That should last us a while, hopefully. Oh yeah, I was supposed to check this field, see if it's on the first state or second state. And I see the ground, so we're still on the first harvest state, so we got another month before that's harvestable. Now, for those of y'all who are new to Farm Sim 25, who just started playing in 25, let me show you one nice thing about 25 that we didn't have in 22. This is how we had to harvest in 22. We had no GPS, so you had to just come through here. And the best bet, especially with an irregular field like this, workers worked in straight lines. So you'd have to come do the headland, at least one, and depending how the field was shaped, you'd probably be better off with 2. So you would have to do a headland around here, which that top end of this field over here is straight, so you could probably get away with one headland and just do once you got done with the first headland, you bring him back here to this corner where it was a relatively straight line and set him to work there. because wherever you set them, however they were facing, that's the angle they were working. And they weren't too smart back then either. I mean, they're not too smart now, but I've had workers where, what was it? Elms Creek, I think. There was 3 fields that I owned, and they're side by side. You know, they had like that road width between them. And I was trying to do a massive corn harvest. Well, I harvested the first field by myself because it was wonky shaped. So I went and got my planter because I was going to do corn again. I did the headlands on it, and I set a worker on it to, finish it up while I harvested the other field. Well, I got the other field harvested. He was still working on that field, the first field planting. So I started harvesting the third field, and next thing I know, the workers in the third field planting over my crops. So they are vastly improved in 25. They're still idiots, but they're vastly improved. And we might actually get a decent harvest off this field. We're already up to almost 3,000 liters. And we got, I forget how much we have in the silos right now, but we're getting these harvested before the time to sell too, because supposedly the best time to sell soybeans is in July. But I'll go to say June, because as y'all saw, the price dropped for the wheat in January. But we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, I really need to figure out the fast farming thing, because 6 miles per hour to harvest the field is slow. I mean, eventually I guess we could upgrade our harvester and header to a wider one, even though that would be quite expensive. Yeah. Right here, you see we're almost done with the first headland. And with this curve in the field, I don't know how well a worker would have done, honestly. But yeah, I would have lifted my header right here, came on over here, and make sure I was perfectly lined up to where I'd run parallel to that line. Yeah, I'd get right here, I'd load the header down, and I would hire the worker. Now he's going to do his thing now because they're a lot better, but and apparently when I did the headland I was off just a little bit, so we'll let him do his thing and I'll bring you back when we're done and give you our numbers. Alright y'all, I decided to bring y'all in a little early. I was thinking about it, and our tanker trailer right here, we have milk and slurry that we can sell. And according to our time saver stock check, this is best, well, this is a good time to sell them. Best time to sell milk is actually October, but we're still getting good price at the chocolate factory And with slurry, I mean, you don't get much for slurry, period. So, but that tank we had only held water only. So we're gonna go ahead and buy us a tank. We're gonna go with this Colossus one because it's the only one. Well, that and this Lizard TARDIS water trailer are the only two that'll do slurry and milk. Whoops. But I like this one better. Well, this one doesn't have a swivel axle, so we might go with this. We'll go with the medium capacity tank color. No, let's do the Deep South colors. And we'll do black rims. Yes, and license plate. Yeah, we'll change that. Type. We'll do a type 2. So let's do Deep South Gaming 01. And we'll change the main color to that's the closest. Okay. Can't really see it. It didn't do right. Oh well. But that's 11,000 for that. So while he's harvesting, we'll figure out what the chocolate factory is. Let's see, where's our tiny tractor at? Oh, there it is, right there. Now I know it could hold a lot more milk, but I mean the price is high right now, so might as well. We don't have too much, only like 2,000. And I gotta remember where we get the milk from. Slurry comes out that side. So milk should be right over here. And it is. I hate that I wasn't able to terraform that to make it a little more smooth. And where is the chocolate factory? It's not too far, only a little over 1,000 feet away from here. So we'll tag it. And then I'm not seeing it. Are y'all? I did tag it, right? Yeah, it's tagged. My blind. Bakery, canning, oil mill, cement, that's the grain mill. Huh. I don't know. Okay, obviously it's that way, at least we know that. But yeah, 2,100 liters of milk. Ain't the best, but oh, it's a lot closer than I thought. Don't know why it didn't show up on the map, but hey. And we'll dump our milk. And we got $3,000 for it. Hoo-hoo. So we paid for a third of our trailer. Well, I think you got $1,000 for the old water trailer. So there's that. And I guess we could go ahead and sell the slurry. Nah, it's only $500 we'd get from it. So we'll wait till we get a bigger load. I gotta figure out a place to put this because I hit the old one with the harvester. It's a tanker, so it could be left outside, I guess. Alright, well, I'll bring y'all back in when that harvest is done. Alright, y'all, we're back, and as you can see, we're done. Well, with harvesting, we still got to pick up straw. But we got 20,671 liters, which is not bad at all. Ooh, and I crashed again. Okay, so let's go ahead and load this into our silo. And once it's all loaded, we'll see what our potential earnings will be from it. And it's on the grain door. Of course it is. But we'll go with it, why not? It's a little bit slower, but you know. They say slow and steady wins the race. And that's all in. So, according to our time savers stock check, our potential earnings for all the soybeans, which we got 30,075 liters total, is 100,000 and almost 500. So yeah, in July we'll probably be getting a good payday. Now I don't know if these soybeans will be ready in time to sell with the rest of them, but we'll see. They look like they're just a step behind the barley. So let's go ahead and crash again. Let's go ahead and put this trailer up. Perfect. And we'll get our pickup wagon. Pick up that hay. Or not hay, straw. You know what I mean. But we should get a pretty decent amount of straw off this field too. Oops, missed a spot. Even though straw isn't nearly... I'm missing a lot of spots now. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, straw isn't as important on TMR. It's only, well, let's see, equals parts hay and silage, and then half of, so what, like 15, 16%, 20% maybe? Yeah, we'll go with 20. That'll be, oh, it does not like this hill. But yeah, we'll go with that. 20% straw, 40 hay, and 40 silage. Sounds good to me. It's probably a little less. Probably like 35, 35, and 30. But we can actually make silage out of straw, which I don't think you could do that in real life, but it'll be alright. I'm happy with it, and hopefully y'all will be happy with me doing that too. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all this straw and go ahead and close out this episode. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss an episode from Deep South Gaming. And feel free to leave a comment or share this video. And thank you for watching from Deep South Gaming.